Happy day to all, my dears. We know very well our Vidhyalakshmi YouTube channel. Once again, a warm welcome to all. In this visualized, we are discussed like a class 10 chemistry part of science. We are already posted like a unit number 11, carbon and its compounds for 2 part of videos. This is the third part of video. We want to discuss the third part of video. It's known as homologous series clarification. Right? Homologous series mean it's giving that pack of details about the clear and fine idea about hydrocarbon compounds. Right? First of all, we just want to clarify what is meant by hydrocarbon compounds. It's already discussed in our previous videos. Right? Then what is meant by hydrocarbon compounds mean organisms is developed based on carbon by the supported particle of hydrogen only. Without addition of hydrogen in our carbon, it cannot be able to do that make-upping of organisms. So that's why hydrocarbon compounds is wild present of their own important role in our general life. So that's why the important phenomenon in our hydrocarbon compounds is known as homologous series. Right? What does mean by that homologous series? First at the background it's nothing but this is known as a homo mean similar. What it is? Homo mean similar. Right? Homo mean similar. What it is? The homo mean similar. So, similar kinds of particles are having the compound construction, that is denoted as homo. Right? Homologous series. Homologous series mean the similar kinds of components are present in a compound and then followed by their own properties also it's similar. That kind of behavior is known as homologous. Homologous series components are further 2 types. One is known as saturated hydrocarbon and another one is known as unsaturated hydrocarbons of the 2 phenomena. That content also we are already discussed in our previous classes. Right? Now we are discussed like a saturated hydrocarbon compound of alkane, how it's followed by the homologous behavior. Right? Alkanes, which is general formula, it's known as CnH2n plus 2, which means in the component of alkanes, it's contain the n number of carbons, it's followed by the counting of hydrogen, it's based on the carbon tetravalency like 4, it's attached with that hydrogen mean the counting of 2n plus 2, that n is denoted as number of carbon atoms. What it is? The number of carbon atoms. Right? Fine. So that means we just want to see like that methane molecular formula CH4, how it came. C is 1, see right now, C is 1 and H it's known as 2 into 1 plus 2, which means of that C1, H2 ones are 2, which means 2 plus 2. That's mean it's followed by the final answer is known as CH4. So, which means is known as a methane, same as it is for ethane. Ethane also like that C2 H 2 into 2 plus 2, which means to finally it's concluded like C2 H6. So, this is the compound for methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, heptane, hexane, octane, nonane, decane. These are the order of the alkane family. Right now, alkane families are having that similarities is there. How they having that similarities mean? What is mean by the homologous similarity? It will be happens in the whole series. Right now, what is similarities of that first 2 components of alkanes mean? It's want to discuss like it's having the clarification differences between that first compound of methane and second compound of ethane is known as 1 carbon is differ and 2 hydrogens is differ, and then same as it is ethane and propane, same thing for that CH2. Next thing is also same like that CH2. Next thing is also same like that CH2. Overall, it's having the mass variations is known as 1 carbon means 12 AMU or 12 gram, we know, right? Then 2 hydrogens mean each hydrogen carries 1 AMU or else it's 1 gram consideration, right. So, that is why it is known as 2, it is totally 14 AMU, or in the modern scale we just using like a 14 gram, right. So, these on that fine clarification about the series of each kind of homologous components. Homologous components means saturated like alkanes, unsaturated like alkenes and alkynes, right. So, that they are having the similarities of CH2 group, yes, they are having the similarities of CH2 group of that each kind of homologous series, and then mass variation differences only it happens the 14 gram. Say, so, the primary component of alkane component is as a gaseous phase component. Secondary components known as also gaseous phase components, and then propane is going to be happens like the room temperature mean it is going to be happens like a gaseous phase, but it is maintained to that lesser decreasing of the temperature mean it is going to be liquid phase, same as it is gradually increasing by the waxy component also. So, the clear picture of the homologous series behavior is known as family behavior. What is mean by the family? Similar kinds of property, it would be happens in the all the family members, that is why this is named as families, right. All the homologous series components are having the behavior of family behavior, right. This is on the saturated hydrocarbon compounds of homologous series clarification. Next we want to discuss like alkenes, it is generally unsaturated compound. What it is? Unsaturated compound, right. Now, it is followed by the general molecular formula is known as CnH2n, right. CnH2n mean it's contain 1 carbon atom and then 2 hydrogen atoms are attached to each other mean CH2 is the formula for a first component of alkene like methane. Methane is happens? No, it is not, it will be forming in the component because each carbon having their 4 valency, but it is only attached with 2 hydrogens mean remaining 2 valency of carbon it is 2 free. So, it is not possible to formation. So, that is why methane compound is not there. Okay. So, that first component of alkene family is known as ethene only. Yes, ethene is applicable for C2H2 into 2, which means C2H4, right. So, C2 is there, compound construction of ethene, initial bond formation in between 2 carbon to carbon, and then the number of hydrogens are attached with here 2, 3 and then 4, then remaining 2 electrons is joined together forming as in between the double bond, which is the structure of here, right. And the same thing for propene, same thing for butane, right. These all kinds of components are having double bonded hydrocarbon compounds right now. So, first one of that we just want to see that homologous series, right. First component and the second component of propene, it is having the differences or CH2, and then same as it is propene and butene, it is also CH2, and then butene and pentene, which is having that same clarification about that CH2, right. So, these all those things are happens like the genuine and gradual variations of 14 gram mass variation. So, these kind of 14 gram mass variations are clarified like homologous series behavior, same as it is for alkane. First component of alkene is ethene is also present in the gaseous phase components. Further is going to be happens like liquid and then waxy components. So, these all those criteria are clarify the details about the homologous series or the family behavior, right. Fine. Next one of the compound we want to discuss like alkyne. This is also one kind of unsaturated compound, right. This is also we know very well already. So, that in this alkynes having the general molecular formula is known as CnH2n minus 2 right now. So, CnH2n minus 2 means same as it is for alkenes. Alkenes madri enna illa idhlayum methane it's not it be forming, right? Why? It's because it's only having carbon. Only carbon it consists like as carbon particle only. It's not is named as methane because followed by the general molecular formula N is known as 1. So, C1H 2 into 1 minus 2, which means C1H 2 ones are 2 minus 2 mean it's become 0, no. That's why in that methane compound is not forming in the family of alkyne group of component right now. Then next on that ethane, propane, butane, right? Ethane, propane, butane mean see the structural formula for triple bonded hydrocarbon compounds are present in alkyne families and same as it is propane, butane. And then further you want to clarify like the homologous series behavior mean the differences between ethane and propane is known as CH2. Same as it is for propane and butane is also CH2, which means having that mass variation is known as 14 gram. So, these kind of similar behavior it would be happens by the all kinds of families like alkane, alkene and alkynes are having that similar gradual variations about the CH2 group and then mass variation is also 14 gram. That is why the whole series of the homologous series of hydrocarbon compounds are having similar kinds of properties of each series. The series are 3, categories are 2. The series are 3, categories are 2, which means one is saturated hydrocarbon and second category is known as unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon series known as alkanes and unsaturated hydrocarbon compounds are named as alkenes and alkynes. So, I hope all of us in this video is too useful for the clarification about the homologous series of hydrocarbon compounds. If you have any doubt you just comment in our comment section. If you really like put that thumbs up and share to your friends. Subscribe our Vidhyalakshmi YouTube channel. Thank you so much.